Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, now here's my review of Wrestlemania 24. I just got done watching the show a few minutes ago, and I have to say this was a really great Wrestlemania. Yeah, it had, aside from a couple of matches, just this card really flowed really well. Oh, and this is definitely a great Wrestlemania. Yeah, you had two great world title matches. You had one match that I'd say is probably one of the most overrated matches in WrestleMania history. But still, pretty much the card was solid. Alright, so let me just get right into this thing. Show started off with America the Beautiful being sang by, what's his name, John Legends or something like that. Yeah, his name's something like that, anyway. And the first match of the night was a Belfast Brawl, JBL versus Finlay. I thought this was a pretty good opener. Yeah, a lot of weapons being used in this match. Yeah, but trash cans, kendo sticks, trash can lids, tables, the steel steps, the shillelagh. Yeah, a bunch of weapons used here. Yeah, Finlay was using trash cans on JBL, and Hornswoggle was out at ringside with him. Yeah, and JBL at one point was going to hit Finlay with the shillelagh, but Hornswoggle hit JBL in the leg with a kendo stick, and it distracted JBL, and then Finlay grabbed the shillelagh and whacked JBL with it. And then JBL was set through a table by Finlay. Yeah, but JBL survived it. One point, JBL threw a trash can onto Hornswoggle, knocking him down. Yeah, and then at the end of this match, Finlay was gonna hit JBL with the steel steps, but JBL hit Finlay in the leg with the kendo stick, and Finlay fell down face first into the steps, and then JBL got a clothesline from hell for the win. So it was a good match. I give that about 3 stars. Then we saw a segment in the back with WrestleMania hostess Kim Kardashian, and she was talking about the Money in the Bank ladder match, and then Mr. Kennedy interrupted her. He said he was going to win it and become the first guy to win 2 straight Money in the Bank ladder matches. So yeah, next match we got Money in the Bank ladder match. John Morrison versus Carlito versus Shelton Benjamin versus CM Punk versus Mr. Kennedy versus MVP versus Chris Jericho. Yeah, this was a really good match right here. Yeah, when the match started, everyone except for MVP, he fell to the outside of the ring, and they were using the ladders on each other, and eventually MVP was just waiting for a ladder to get in the ring, and then he got a ladder and was just not hitting everyone that got into the ring. And then Chris Jericho got a bigger ladder, and he and MVP collided, but MVP was the only one knocked down, not Chris Jericho. Yeah, and the ladders were used as weapons so much in this match. Yeah, at one point, who was it? Oh yeah, John Morrison. John Morrison was on the top turnbuckle with a ladder, and he moonsaulted to the outside and took out everyone while he was holding that ladder. Yeah, there was a ladder set up. The ends were on the ring canvas and the barricade, and Shelton Benjamin went right through that when Carlito and Mr. Kennedy tipped over a ladder. Yeah, and then after that, Carlito and Mr. Kennedy were on the same side of a ladder trying to climb up, and then Chris Jericho was climbing it also. And then I think it was MVP knocked the ladder down. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of good spots in here. MVP was trying to climb the ladder because everyone else was down. It looked like he was going to get it, but then Matt Hardy came out from the crowd and he stopped Mr. Kennedy, gave him a twist of fate off of the ladder. And then, yeah, at one point, Shelton Benjamin and Carlito and Mr. Kennedy, I think it was. No, Shelton Benjamin, John Morrison, Mr. Kennedy, I'm sorry, were on the ladders. Shelton Benjamin flipped through. Shelton Benjamin was on a different ladder than John Morrison and Mr. Kennedy were. And we got a moonsault powerbomb and a suplex. So yeah, that was an awesome spot right there. Then at the end of this match, CM Punk and Chris Jericho are at the top of the ladder trying to fight for the briefcase. And then Chris Jericho punched CM Punk in the face. CM Punk stepped down a few steps, and then he pulled Chris Jericho's leg through a rail, and Chris Jericho got stuck in the ladder, and CM Punk got the briefcase and won. So yeah, that was a good match right there. I give it 4.25. Then after this, we got the Hall of Fame segment, where the class of 2008 came out, and Howard Finkel was introducing them. Yeah, it was the Briscoe brothers, Gordon Soley, Rocky Johnson, High Chief Peter Maivia, Eddie Graham, Mae Young, and Ric Flair. Yeah. And then after that, there was a segment in the back where Todd Grisham was interviewing Snoop Dogg, as he was the what was it? He was the guy in charge, whatever, of the Bunnymania Lumberjack match that would happen later in the night, and Festus was standing alongside him. Then Santino came along, told Snoop Dogg he was going to be there. Then Snoop Dogg rung a bell, and obviously Festus went crazy and was chasing after Santino. Then Mick Foley came out of nowhere, and he had a rock star, Mr. Sacco, or whatever. Then we got the next match, the Battle for Brand Supremacy match, Batista versus Umaga. Oh my god. Batista was sloppy as crap in this match. I'm serious. He didn't do a good job at all here. Yeah, Umaga was doing a real good job. He got a lot of good offensive moves onto Batista, but Batista was just lazy and sloppy in this match. Wow. Yeah, every time Batista got an offensive move on here, it looked so fake and just totally lazy. Yeah, yeah. The best thing Batista did in this match was the spine buster. And then at the end, Batista bomb looked so horrible. Yeah, he was actually falling back just before he threw Umaga down for the power bomb. Yeah, and Batista wins. Yeah. I don't even know. I give that 1 star. And then after that, we got the ECW Championship match, Chavo Guerrero versus Kane. Yeah, Kane became #1 contender by winning a battle royal that was started before the show officially went on the air. Yeah, match lasted 8 seconds. Kane got a chokeslam on Chavo and won. Yeah, I'm not gonna rate that. Then there was a promo in the ring by Raven Simone. She was introducing the Make-A-Wish kids, the 50 kids from 50 states or whatever. And she was just introducing them. They were in the crowd at Wrestlemania. Yeah. Then after this, we got career-threatening match, Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. This is what I was talking about. This is probably one of the most overrated matches in WrestleMania history. This was a good match, but the way people talk about it, it's really not that great. Alright, some people have given this match 5 stars, some people have given it 4 3/4. I don't see it like that. I think it is highly overrated. Not that much memorable stuff happened in this match. I think this is either people that are just Shawn Michaels fanboys, or people who are just giving it like this because this was Ric Flair's last match. Yeah, Shawn Michaels got the sweet chin music in a few times in the match. Yeah, the best part of this match to me was when they were on the outside. Shawn Michaels was trying to moonsault Ric Flair through the announce table, but Ric Flair moved and Shawn Michaels went through the table himself. Yeah. Now, this was still a good match, but not really anything like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah, this is not 5 stars. This is not 4 3/4. It's not. Yeah, I think this is highly overrated, but it's still a good match. Yeah, Ric Flair got a figure 4 on Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels got his own version of the figure 4 on Ric Flair in this match. And yeah, JR and King kept bringing up the old yellow reference Shawn Michaels made on the previous Raw before WrestleMania here. Yeah, and yeah, at the end of this match, Shawn Michaels got a sweet chin music on Ric Flair. Then he backed up and gave him the full effect of the sweet chin music, and Shawn Michaels won. And then we have the post-match stuff where Ric Flair gets the ovation from the crowd. Yeah. So yeah, it was a good match, just, yeah, not as good as people rate it. I give it 4.25. And then we got the Bunnymania Lumberjack match. Maria and Ashley versus Melina and Beth Phoenix. Didn't like this match at all. Oh, this match was total crap. The lights actually went out during this match. So, I thought that was kind of funny. The lights just going out and then they just put a light over the ring. Yeah, and then Santino pulled Maria off of, I think it was, Beth Phoenix after Maria and Ashley had the match won. Then Jerry Lawler came and attacked Santino, struck him down, and then Beth Phoenix and Melina won. And then after the match, Santino celebrating with Beth and Melina, and then Snoop Dogg comes in and gives a huge clothesline to Santino. So yeah, I give that, I don't know, half a star. Then we got the triple threat match for the WWE Championship, Randy Orton defending against Triple H and John Cena. And this was a great match. John Cena has another special entrance here. He had a band play him to the ring. Yeah, this was a good, awesome match right here. Yeah, probably the third best match of the night or something. Third or fourth. Yeah. And yeah, it was like the spot early on where Triple H had John Cena in a superplex, and then Randy Orton dove off the top turnbuckle onto John Cena. Yeah, and yeah, this was just a really great match right here. Yeah, everyone was saying it was either going to be Triple H or John Cena winning. Yeah, a lot of good submission counters and stuff. Yeah, John Cena got the STFU on Randy Orton and Triple H both in the match. And then Triple H pulled Randy Orton's hand over to the rope at one point. Yeah, Randy Orton was mostly just sitting back while Triple H and John Cena, were going back and forth. Yeah, Randy Orton got a RKO out of nowhere on Triple H at one point. Yeah, at one point, Triple H countered the FU and John Cena countered the... No, yeah, John Cena countered the pedigree just right after the FU counter. Then at the end of this match, Triple H counters the FU again and gets a pedigree on John Cena. He had the match won, referee was counting, but Randy Orton punted Triple H in the head, and then he covered John Cena and got the win. So Randy Orton wins, total shock there. Yeah, that was a good match, I'd give it 4 stars. And then we got Big Show versus Floyd Mayweather. I thought it was enjoyable. Yeah, first Floyd Mayweather was kind of just dodging the Big Show as much as he could and getting his punches in. Yeah, Big Show was attacking some of Floyd Mayweather's training staff. Yeah, Big Show stomped on Floyd Mayweather's hand and he was standing on top of him with all his body weight. The crowd loved that. It was funny hearing Floyd Mayweather scream like a baby. Now, Floyd Mayweather's manager or something kept saying, "You can't do that, you can't do that," where, yes he could, this was anything goes. And at one point, Floyd's training staff pulled him out and they were taking him to the back. Then Big Show took out all of them, brought Floyd Mayweather back to the ring. And Big Show had Floyd Mayweather in a choke slam. And one of Mayweather's people hit Big Show in the back with a chair. Big Show pretty much didn't feel it. Smacked the chair out of his hand, choke slammed him. Then Floyd Mayweather hit Big Show with the chair a few times. And Big Show was gonna give Floyd Mayweather a choke slam, but Floyd Mayweather kicked Big Show in the nuts. Floyd Mayweather hit Big Show some more with the chair. And then he used some brass knucks and punched Big Show in the face, and Big Show got out cold and Floyd Mayweather won. Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like Floyd Mayweather winning at all. I really thought Big Show should have won. But yeah, Floyd Mayweather wins. Whatever. I give that about 3.25. And then Kim Kardashian announced the Wrestlemania attendance. It was 74,635 people. So yeah, there's that. And then we got the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Edge defending against The Undertaker. Great match right here. Match of the night. Edge was countering a lot of The Undertaker's moves. He countered the old school twice, the chokeslam twice, countered the last ride. Edge was doing a lot of countering. But the first time Edge countered the old school, Undertaker re-countered it. Yeah. And the second time he countered the old school, Edge got a superplex on the Undertaker. Yeah. And at one point, Edge countered the chokeslam and turned into an execution. Yeah, and Edge also, I think it was when he countered the last ride, could be wrong, when he got an Edge-o-matic on the Undertaker. Yeah, the Undertaker accidentally kicked the referee when Edge moved out of the way. Edge tried to do the tombstone on the Undertaker, but the Undertaker quickly countered it and got a tombstone on Edge. Yeah, and there was no referee. Oh, and before this, Edge hit the Undertaker with a camera. And then when the Undertaker got that tombstone on Edge, you had him in the pinning predicament, but there was no referee. And then another referee came down, ran the long aisle to the ring, and when he finally got there, Edge kicked out of it. And then Hawkins and Ryder came down, Undertaker got rid of them quickly. Edge got a spear on the Undertaker kicked out of it. Edge got another spear on the Undertaker, but the Undertaker quickly put on the Hell's Gate on Edge, and Edge eventually tapped out. So Undertaker wins. It's the World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, it was a great match. I give it 4.5 stars. Match of the night right there. Overall, the show, I give it about an 8.25 out of 10. Really great WrestleMania, aside from Batista versus Umaga and the Bunnymania match. Everything else is really great. And you should really check this out if you haven't seen it. I don't think you'll be too disappointed with this. Alright, so that's it for my WrestleMania 24 review. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.